So you're worried about being yelled at while you're at boot camp or basic training. Watch this if you want to see what I'm talking about, where that really doesn't matter. What is up, guys? You're tuning in to Nikki MGTV for another video. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below if you have questions. Make sure you guys smash the subscribe button and also, share the video if you'd like, because I know a lot of people are worried about this stuff, and I wanted to dive right into the topic. You are worried about being yelled at while you are at boot camp basic training. God, that's screaming at me! All right, don't go then. But I'm kidding. No, seriously, I understand there's a lot of people out there that are vets like, back in my day, I was yelled at every single day. They sounded like this, and they never shut up. All right, I get it. Pound on the back for you. I appreciate it. But some of the new, softer kids that you guys are talking about, that you guys are going to bash in the comments already, because I'm trying to talk to both audiences here, are probably never experiencing that. And I guess you could blame the parents of today. Who knows? So the way I explain the military, every boot camp, basic training, wherever you're at, where you're being yelled at, that typically is going to be within the first couple weeks that you're even there. Now, to give some perspective, I always give people this one order to go out and do to see how they want to react or deal with this. And while you can't prepare for being yelled at, you're not going to have your mom sit there and scream at you while you're standing at attention, while you're at your house sitting in your kitchen. Obviously, that doesn't put you in the same perspective. Now, I would say go outside right now, pause this video, and then go scream as much as you can for as long as you can and see how well your voice does. Okay, that was pretty quick, right? Now, think about it. These people have to yell at you all day, every day, right? And that's what you guys are assuming you're walking into. Now, you're going to realize quickly how tiring that was to go out and yell as much as you possibly could. You really are not going to be able to sustain that. So, when you get to boot camp, are they going to start with yelling at you? Yes. Does that mean that they're going to continue yelling at you the entire time? No. And a lot of you guys think that's the majority of what boot camp is, just being yelled at. But realistically, that is such a small portion of your entire experience at boot camp. And you're probably thinking, well, Nikki, that's all they ever show. Why don't I ever see the other stuff? That's because obviously they want to give you a little bit of intimidation, show you the power roles of they are in charge, you are not, the intimidation a little bit, and kind of break you down. Now, on top of that, there's another reason why they do it. It is to shock you, just in general, for you to listen to what they are ordering you to do. It's a shock factor. It is to get you to respond in a moment of intensity and purpose, which before you never really had, right? Now, when you look at it now with screaming and yelling and things like that, when you first start out, you're yes, sir, no, sir, yes, pet officer, no pet officer, wherever you go. And that is going to be what they start out with. But as time goes on, the training is going to be just that training. They're going to be sitting in a classroom. They're going to be sitting around in like a school circle, or while you guys are crisscross applesauce, while they were doing some kind of instruction to show you how things are done. I want to say too, is a lot of people get scared. They're like, what if I don't know this and that and that, and there's like these million things you think you need to know. They know you're not coming to boot camp knowing how to fold your t-shirts, your socks, or, get your gear set up if you're going to the Marine Corps or wherever you're at. They know you don't know that. There's no way for you to prepare for that before you get to boot camp. There are certain things you cannot prepare for. I'm sorry. You cannot prepare for that. Just like the screaming thing. You can't prepare for it. There are the people that say, man, if a drill instructor, yelled at me in the face, I'd probably punch him in the face. Yeah, sure, guy. Okay, I get it. But realistically, none of you would. Is they have to train you like that. The whole purpose of boot camp is not to just yell at you the entire time. And to be honest, I think your parents could probably hurt your precious souls a little bit more than these drill instructors can. You have to understand this is their job. This is what they are paid to do. When they go home, they have to be able to turn that off and go somewhere else. I have dealt with people that have been drill instructors for the Marine Corps. It's tiring having to yell all the time. They've said that. They're like, it's as much as you're there and they have those fun moments, it also eventually burns them out as well. Now, are they going to show that to you guys? Definitely not, but they do have a role. That is their job. And so if I could prepare you guys for anything as you are going to boot camp, basic training, whichever service you're at, this yelling you're being dealt, right, is not that bad. If I could tell anyone, it's like being an angry camp counselor. If you could look at boot camp, that's what I would relate these people to being, or angry camp counselors. And you have to also think of the context. They may joke on you as being, over motivated or doing something stupid, not following directions. But these are not personal attacks. They're not going to come at you and your mom and your dad and your sister and your brother's dog, sister's inbred dog that somehow matched over with a Chihuahua and a German Shepherd and talk about how that's the weirdest thing they've ever seen. That is not what they're going to come at you with. Not until later on. Obviously, there are jokes that do come at boot camp that may be a little bit personal with some of the funny stuff you will bring upon yourself. But I will say that overall, do not be worried about the yelling portion of boot camp. It's probably, the first week, 2 weeks that you're going to notice that. And every now and then they will break that out if you guys do not respond quick enough or fast enough, later on in training. But there comes a point where even our recruit division commanders in boot camp did not have to yell. And that was partially because they had already done that footwork and already had established the roles and responsibilities between their role and ours. And if we were not performing, guess what? We knew what was going to happen. We were going to get slayed, beat, IT, intensive training, whatever name you want to call it. We knew that was going to happen. And then eventually, it was funny because at one point we actually had established that we enjoyed being PT'd or worked out, which then resulted in these guys pretty much being mad that they couldn't do it anymore. So we would just start doing it on our own. And so that was one of those things where we definitely had to find new creative ways to be punished. One of those was taking a knee for a long period of time. You take a knee right now if you'd like. Tell me how long you can do that and not rest back on your ankle or your heel. Just start looking at different creative ways that you can do that. But overall, it was a good experience. It does teach you the basics of rank structure and understanding who to listen to and giving up power and being a good follower at certain points, and then also at some points where you need to be a leader. But as always, I know you guys are concerned about this all the time. You guys do ask questions. What if I can't do the push-up? What if I can't say I sir loud enough? It's a game. Relax. You will be okay. But as always, I am here for questions if you do need them answered, and that is on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below. But as always, I love you guys. I'll see you next time.